Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. My name is Dr. Jolie Phillips. I'm presenting to you today from Central Florida. Some of you may know me, and some of you may not know me, but I want to share some information with you tonight that might change your life. Hopefully, you've you've been prepped and you understand who we are and what we're doing. But I'm going to go through that just in case. Tonight, we're going to be covering some one topic in a mini series. This is topic number 10 out of 14. Um, this is called a project called Whole Health Worldwide. And the idea is that we're going to share some stuff with you. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a doctor of holistic natural health and nutrition, but I spent most of my time flying. I was a captain for the Air Force. I flew worldwide, um, pretty much back in the 80s and 90s, flew worldwide. Started a family, so I became an instructor pilot in the T-38. Then, while I was at the academy, I went to the Air Force Academy. I studied a lot of math and science. Love math and science even to this day. Technically, I'm still able to go back to fly airplanes for a company called JetBlue. If I wanted to do that, I could go do that. But I really enjoy what I'm doing. That's helping people. I don't take money from people. I've been working for um, just to help people for about 7 years now. I do consider myself a world patriot, and I do also enjoy. I have fun playing music. I'm a bass guitar player, so that's a little bit about myself. But tonight we're going to talk about you and how wonderful you are. As an overview of the Whole Health Project, I was challenged to put together this Whole Health Worldwide project just to share freely with the world. So we're calling this the Whole Health Community. There's actually a lot of us across the earth doing this right now. It's a kind of a mini series for me. I'm doing a new topic every 14 weeks. Then I'll take a little break and then I'll flip around and I'll do some more new topics. I'll talk briefly about your levels of involvement and then go over some resources with you. But right now, I'm going to go into the actual topic itself and then I can cover some questions and answers for you. So, when you look at your life in the entirety, when you look at totally like who am I and what am I doing, um, this is everything you do is about your life, right? Just why are you here? Why are you doing the things you're doing? Um, why am I doing the things I'm doing? I'm muting my phone so you don't have to be distracted by it, unless somebody's telling me that I need to be paying attention to something. Nope, I'm good. Okay, so everything centers around your life. Who are you and why are you here? But once you figure that out, or at least you think you know you're going in the right direction, the way you do life is by being the healthiest you can be. So life builds on top of health builds on top of your life. And then on top of that is your wealth. Wealth. What is wealth? Wealth is the way you do life and health. So these are additive on top of each other. And then finally, when you get to the end of your healthy, wealthy life, and you look backwards and you say, hey, did I do a good job? Did I do the things I came here to do? Did I do them with style? Did I leave the place, the people, the places, the things? Did I make it a better place than when I found it? And that's what I call legacy. So the first half of tonight, which is 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about health. Then we'll at 7:30, I'll dismiss anyone who wants to go, but if you want to hang around, I'll talk about those other things just real briefly. But for right now, the next 30 minutes or 23 minutes, we're going to talk about health. Specifically, we're going to talk about autoimmune conditions. So when you look at your body as a system, um, your body actually is not, a lot of people think there's this autoimmune system that you can turn on and turn off, kind of like a switch. And it's not the case. You don't have like an immune switch. You don't just get to just turn something on or turn something off. It's actually a continuum. And I liken it to like when you look at a car's headlights, you can tell the car's healthy, the battery's healthy, it's really well charged if the lights are bright. So if you have bright lights and all the systems are functioning, but usually what happens when the battery gets weak, certain things start to happen, especially in today's cars. Little weird things start to happen, like maybe the radio or maybe the mapping or maybe you're getting these flashing lights or something. Things start to not work properly. And that's what happens in your body. It's a continuum. And really, just like in the car, when your car dies, like when there's the battery dies or something, then that's when you die. So you're so much more beautiful and more complex than a car. But in terms of your immune system, think of it as a continuum, okay? But this headlight thing is valid. If your if your systems are powerful and they're functioning and they're fully charged and your immune system is fully capable, you're going to have a good, strong defense. If your headlights are dim and you have brain fog and you have sluggish digestion and maybe you cut yourself and it takes a little while to heal, that means your headlights are getting dim. And that means you probably have that's an early warning sign that there may be some things that you need to check into. So, next, I'm going to show you the terrain. This is a key concept. The way I like to explain terrain is because I live on 20 acres here in Florida, I talk in terms of the soil, the garden. If you have a piece of soil and you clean it up and you plant things intentionally and you put a canopy and you put some shrubs and you put some ground cover and everything you do is intentional, you're going to have a good yield. You're going to have some really cool things that happen as a result of that. If you do nothing else, if you just clear the soil and do nothing, weeds will take over. Those are called opportunistic plants. We call them weeds, but pretty much they're beautiful plants, and the plants are trying to defend the soil. They're trying to create a microbiome within the soil that that protects the earth. It protects that section of the earth. Okay, sounds crazy, but that's the way it is. What's that mean to you? Well, maybe you don't grow foods like we do, but you've certainly seen some swimming pools that are beautiful, and you've seen some swimming pools that are a little bit slimy and nasty. Like, oh, I don't even want to put my foot in there, right? Well, it's the same, it can be the same swimming pool. The difference is the terrain, the water, whether it's the ground in the garden or whether it's the water of a swimming pool. By changing the conditions, by changing the chemistry, you can change the outcomes. So by changing the terrain, which in this case is your body, you can have a profound difference. You can make a profound difference on what's actually happening in your body. So the condition of your body determines what's going to happen and what the outcomes are going to be most of the time. Okay. So what happens with your skin? Your skin requires a certain set of conditions, slightly more acidic. Your body needs slightly more alkaline, so less acidity in your body. Your gut needs certain fungus and bacteria. There's specific families of bacteria that will help your body, especially your immune system. So by changing the characteristics of your body, what nutrients you're bringing in, even the levels of stress you permit to have in your body, what you permit to just let it go, and what you permit to stress over, those conditions can actually have a profound impact on what happens in your body. So when you look at weeds in the garden, that's an indicator of what's going on in the soil. But that's an indicator of how well you've taken care of the conditions of the overall garden. Same thing here. If I have breakouts, if I have brain fog, if things aren't working in the bedroom the way they're supposed to, if I haven't pooped in a week, those things, those are indicators that your system, the terrain, needs a little adjustment. Okay. So let's dive into that a little bit more. A lot of us, we talked about the immune system being a continuum. There's no on off switch. Your body is always fighting, it's always doing its best to defend you. A little more specifically, you are the king or the queen of this beautiful ecosystem that you call your body. It's a universe, and you're in charge of this universe. And you've got about 30 to 35, maybe 40 trillion cells in your body that are your inhabitants. They're your villagers. That you're the king or queen of the world, and you've got all of these cells that are living in your universe. and you're responsible for the terrain, including taking out the trash, right? You must take out the trash. So if you can imagine going to a city or going to a major city where they haven't taken out the trash for a week or a month or a year, right? If you don't take out the trash, at some point, there's going to be chaos. I think we can all agree with that. So what happens is your body is trying to clean itself day to day. Even the cells, all those trillions of cells in your body, they live, they breathe, they procreate, they sleep, they remember things, they poop. They do all of these things. They use energy, they rest, they repair, they defend themselves. Those cells do a lot of the same things that you do. And when they get rid of waste, you need to clear that waste away from them. I liken it to having a baby that poops its diaper. If you have a baby that's wet or dirty, it's going to cry and it's going to misbehave. And no matter what you do, it's going to cry and misbehave until you fix the situation, right? So this is what happens with our bodies. Our bodies are trying to clean house all day, every day. And when it can't keep up, when your body can't keep up every day or every week or every month, at some point, there's too many poisons and too many toxins, and you get what a lot of people are a lot of people call cold or flu. So in my world, you don't catch a cold. The idea of catching a cold from a holistic doctor standpoint doesn't make sense. You earn a cold. You earned it, all right? Because you didn't take care of the terrain, you didn't take care of your ecosystem, and your body's saying, okay, I'm smarter than you. I'm going to shut down. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to do what I have to do because you're not listening to me when I tell you to take out the trash. So it's going to revolt and you're going to get the cold or the seasonal flu, right? So when you feel these things going on, feel sluggish, feel tired, feel any of these symptoms, those are indicators you must pay attention to. Those are symptoms, and this is your beautiful body that's always fighting for you, always trying to defend you. This beautiful body trying to tell you something that you need to correct something. You need to change something. Now, as a holistic practitioner, I always say there's two basic things that I teach people. Number one, decrease toxicity, take out the trash. Toxicity can come in all shapes and sizes. It could be the way you think about yourself. You haven't forgiven yourself for something you did 20 years ago. Got all sorts of chaos in your world, your stupid boss, your dumb neighbor. All of those are poisons and toxins. Decrease the toxicity, and then you're going to increase nutritional sufficiency. In my world, nutrition is anything that serves you, anything that helps your kingdom or your queendom. What makes your universe more powerful? Laughter, hugs, kisses, good sex, good sleep, good foods, clean foods, fresh air, going for a walk. Yes, even watching silly puppy videos. If those things bring you joy and happiness, those in my world are nutrients. The world would have you believe that nutrients are just a bunch of things you get at the TJ Maxx clearance rack and you chuck them down your pie hole, and then that's going to make you feel better. It's not the way it works. Your brain feels better with novelty, doing new things, different things, knocking, seeking, asking, praying, meditating, looking at fresh air and sunshine. All of those things are nutrients. So we're going to take out the trash. We're going to increase nutritional sufficiency. You know what's best for you. You got to stop watching YouTube, stop listening to your brother-in-law. Just stop it. You know, trust yourself. You know what needs to be corrected. Just go get it done. If you need some coaching, call somebody like me. Well, there's doctors like me, holistic doctors all over the place. Don't look for the ones that just got their certificate in 6 weeks, all right, from some school. Some of us, we've been studying for years, many years, like 6, 7, 8 years. And some of us have been practicing longer than that. So go to someone that actually knows what they're doing and ask them what the next correction is. explain what's going on, and ask the corrections. So, the takeaway for this slide is this: if you have things going on, if your body isn't beautiful and powerful and vibrant, and you don't wake up fired up and energized, it could be something as simple as maybe dusting off your old dreams, remembering what brought you joy when you were a child, right? Those are symptoms that you need to clean things up. So go ahead and do that. And you thought we were going to talk about cold and flu season. I'm saying all of those things are related to you. Now, what happens if you don't do what I say? Well, I have a complete seminar on stress, and I'll show you how to find it later. But you have to learn to trust yourself, and your gut is a really good place to start. Everybody, when we talk about gut, talks about their plumbing. They always talk about the plumbing. So when you go to a gastroenterologist, there's the gastric system, which is the plumbing, but then there's the enterology, which is the electrical nervous system. It's the magnetoelectric nervous system of your gut. It's called the enteric nervous system. So gastroenterology means the study of the gastric plumbing and the enteric nervous system, which is the control system. Almost everyone talks about, oh, colonoscopy and forget, plumbing is important, but the nervous system is also. So, right, the very last of my seminars is going to be about digestion. It's a great seminar. I'll show you how to get it later, but your gut is the training ground for your immune system. If you opened up your gut and spread it out, it's the size of a tennis court, and it's only about one layer of cells thick. All right. It's very, very thin layer, but it's very large layer. And right behind that layer is 80%, as some say as much as 90% of your immune system. So it's always checking, and it's letting the things in that should come in and letting the things not in that should not come in. So it's a training ground, and you need to listen to your gut and treat it with kindness. All right. We'll go into that a little more right now, but basically, you have to trust yourself and trust your gut. Don't trick your gut. One of the things you can do to trick your gut is eat synthetic foods, frankenfoods, processed foods, foods with preservatives, all of those synthetic, like artificial sweeteners, all of those things trick your gut and they fool your gut. And if you keep fooling your gut over and over and over again, some things will happen. I'll show you that in a second. So, your gut is teaching you what belongs and what does not. Okay. So, what you have to do is you have to be kind to your gut. We're going to go into what happens if you're not kind to your gut. So, some of you are here because you have what's called autoimmune situations. I hate the word dis-ease, but dis means not, ease means peaceful. So dis-ease means not peaceful. So when you have a leaky gut or when you have foreign things floating around your body that your body doesn't recognize, it's impossible to be peaceful or in what we call parasympathetic dominance. It's impossible to be peaceful. So what you don't want to do is let foreign things leak out of your gut and float around your body. So why is that? Well, if most of your body's defense is in your gut, and you blow a hole in your gut, you're going to have what's called leaky gut. And all that means is that you've abused your gut long enough where it's been inflamed and it just started breaking a hole. There's a perforation, we call it. And you get this partially digested proteins, you get these foreign chemicals, frankenfoods, acids, different particles that your body doesn't recognize. It kind of looks like food, but it doesn't look like food, and I don't even know. And a lot of the things we eat don't even qualify as foods. So your body looks at this stuff that's floating around all over its system that got free of the gut. It just blew out of the gut, and now it's circulating through your body. It looks at it as a foreign invader. So a lot of times Your medical doctor doesn't know because they're not looking for this stuff. But as a holistic doctor, it's one of the first things we look for with autoimmune conditions is, are we introducing foreign invaders into the body with injections, with weird foods we're eating and things like that? What's happening? Why is the body misinterpreting what's going on, right? So an autoimmune disease begins with you introducing confusion to your gut. Your body's got a bunch of index cards in your brain. When I look at a pineapple or grapes or an apple or a mango or a watermelon, my body has an index card that says, oh, that's a pineapple. And automatically I start to salivate because my saliva produces the enzymes that dissolve, that digest that pineapple. Even the smell, the moment you smell a pineapple or an orange, you start to produce saliva because that works for that food. You've got an index card. A lot of the foods Americans eat nowadays, your body doesn't have an index card for those. So you might say, "Oh, yummy, yummy M&Ms." Your body looks at those bright colors and there's no index card. So you eat those M&Ms and those bright colors and those food additives, those food colorings, and you're tricking your body because now you're saying you're introducing the sugars, you're introducing all these flavors, and your body has no idea what you're doing. So you create this little state of emergency in your gut. So your gastric system has a problem, your enteric nervous system, which communicates to your brain, has a problem too. Because now you're like, wait a minute, wait. What are you doing to me? What is this stuff that you just put in my gut? And it's going to sort it out. This is really classic, especially during Thanksgiving, because a lot of people, they just chuck down all sorts of different food types and they have this glut. Some of it requires acidic digestion, some an alkaline saliva digestion. So you've got acids and bases mixing up. Now you go into a food coma and your gut's left trying to figure out what's what. That's why when I have people that are extremely sick, very, very ill, we have what's called mono meals, where I might introduce only grapes for breakfast, or only oranges, or only one simple food that's easy to digest. And then the next meal will be one food, just very simple. Try to retrain the gut to make it not confused. But if you keep confusing your gut over and over and over again, you're going to it's going to manifest symptoms of betrayal. All right. And it's going to basically start blowing toxins out of your plumbing, circulating through your body. Now, your body is going to say, wait a minute, we have a big problem here. There's stuff floating around and I don't know what it is. And so your body goes all hands on deck, 5-star alarm, pulls all the fire alarms, and tries to identify the invaders. This is toxins that are leaking from your gut. And again, your medical doctor doesn't have any idea because they don't talk about this stuff. They either ignore it or they're not taught about it. But basically, and by the way, it's not only stuff that blows out your gut. It could be stuff that you absorb from your skin. It could be injections you take. It could be a lot of stuff. But basically, your body misidentifies the cells that are floating around that blew out because, again, you're confusing it. And sometimes it's taking shots at what it thinks is the enemy floating in your blood that you introduced and your own cells because it's in a state of emergency and it's called friendly fire. In the military, we called it friendly fire. So that's when your body starts attacking itself because you confused it. It doesn't even know what to shoot. It's just trying to defend you. Okay. So next, this is going to freak some people out, but I like this slide a lot. You'll understand this slide in a second. Mucus is beautiful. It's not snot. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing. There's multiple types of mucus. You've got mucus in your eyes, your nose, your lungs, your mouth, your vagina, your penis, your anus. You've got all throughout your digestive system. It's this beautiful mucus. All of them have different functions, different, slightly different compositions, different bacteria. Like if you culture what's in your mouth, it's gonna be different than what's in your butt. So you're gonna have these different compositions. Even the the manifestation, the fluids that are generated from the mucus, some are more some more oily, some of them are more watery. They're all beautiful. It's beautiful, and your body is perfect. It's trying its best to defend you. You got to give your body the resources it needs and avoid what it doesn't need and stop confusing it, and it's going to do beautiful things for you, right? People with dry eyes or dry vagina, or they're constipated, they can't poop, they have hard poops and all this stuff. You got to get your biology right. Let's bring some balance to you. Then get your mucus good. So I get this all the time. The commercials are going to tell you don't if you have a snotty nose, you want to take this drug to dry up the snot. No, you don't. You want to get the snot so it's gets because your snot is trying to get pathogens or invaders or um, even in your gut, like parasites. It's trying to get things out of your body. It's trying to get rid of things. You don't want to stop it from doing its job. That's ridiculous. You want to encourage it. So you want to give it the minerals, give it the nutrients, give it the hydration so your mucus can do the correct things. It's not waste. It's a beautiful function. It's trying to work for you. You don't want to stop it. So it's not gross. It's like your security system. All right. So you got to take care of the mucus. Now, when your body has pain and inflammation, when you have fever, you have redness, you have pain and inflammation, these are your body's intelligent responses. These are adaptations to things that your body is encountering. So if you have a slight fever, this is your body. It's not a bad thing. The fever actually mobilizes an increased immune response. That's an indicator of an increased immune response because you might have been exposed to something, you're not even aware of it, and that slight fever is important. You don't want to suppress the fever. There's times when it's extremely high where we need to, or when the immune system's very, very high where you need to bring it down. You need to modulate it. All right. But that's very rare. Almost always your body will balance itself. And so basically, don't just go saying, oh, I have a slight fever. I need an aspirin and I need this. No, no, no. Let it do its job. If anything, help it. If your body's shivering, and you have a fever and you're shivering, get a blanket, get a heating pad. You want to help increase the warmth because it needs that added temperature to get a better immune response. So you're not broken, you're beautiful. You just have to understand what your body is doing. So if the alarm's going off and you have a fever, you have inflammation, you have things like that, find out what's causing it, right? Don't don't unplug the alarm. Find out what's causing it. That's the takeaway for that. So what happens here now? Your body uses certain methodologies. We call it anti-oxidation. In chemistry, it's called a redox. So when I oxidize something, I'm taking an electron away from it. When I reduce it, I'm giving an electron to it. Don't worry about the chemistry. What your body's always doing is if your body has to kill something, it uses oxidative stress to kill it. So if there's a virus, or not a virus, a bacteria or a fungus or a parasite, your body's going to use oxidative stress to kill that. It's a beautiful thing. What you don't want is you don't want to have extra oxidative stress because that can damage some of your own tissues. So you want to bring a balance. So there's things called glutathione and superoxide dismutase, SOD, that will help balance. So you have this war going on at the cellular level. The goal is not to bias the battlefield, it's to balance it. You want to bring balance to the battlefield. So I liken this in Florida, we do these controlled burns, like where There's certain times we have all this matted down, grassy stuff and everything, and the fire department comes in and they do these controlled burns. You want to just understand that when you have a slight fever or a little inflammation, you're feeling a little bit run down, that's your body doing a controlled burn. Support it, permit it. You want to monitor it, right? You want to understand what's going on. So you want to honor the controlled burn, but you want to honor it and monitor it. But that's all. You don't want to get in the way of it because ultimately that's going to help you from having bigger problems down the road. So moving along, this slide's pretty cool. There's a lot to it, and this is being recorded, so you can come look at it more, but there's a lot of factors that come into your body. Your body is always sorting out what serves me, what is not serving me. Okay. So there are things called micronutrients, and also there's vitamins, there's minerals, there's trace minerals, there's all sorts of things, but categorically they're called micronutrients. And what these do is they teach your body there's things like vitamin C. They call it vitamin C, but it's really a coenzyme. A coenzyme, an enzyme is a tool that works in your body. Um, a coenzyme is something that helps that tool do its job. Okay. So we call them vitamins. Your body calls them coenzymes. They need those substances for your body's tools to do their job. So it's not like these nutrients just support your immunity. They actually interact with your systems like a lock and a key to give your system operating instructions. Look at it this way. A lot of people know that eating root vegetables is very healthy. Well, why is it healthy? Why would it be healthy to eat things that are under the ground? Well, what are the conditions for root vegetables? It's dark. It's an absolute austere environment, right? There's fungus, there's bacteria, there's all sorts of hazards under the ground that can destroy that vegetable. So that vegetable learns to defend itself under the ground from all of these bacteria and fungus, right? All of these different invaders. Well, when you pull the carrot or the beet out and you eat that, it's actually teaching you, it's giving you the resources that it learned while it was fighting its battles under the ground. It's giving you instructions and it's also giving you raw materials. So you don't want to not, you're not getting the nutrients you need from a cereal box or from a label on a box of crackers or something. You get them from the garden. You got to go to the place where those nutrients come from. The nutrients and the instructions that come along with those nutrients have fought battles and they're going to teach you how to fight your battles. Okay. So stop listening to commercials. You need to go to the garden. You need to get the materials and the instructions directly from the plants. Okay. Your plants are your friends. They're going to help you. So last slide and then we'll wrap up. What happens when your body falls behind? We talked about it briefly, but when you exceed its capacity, this when you literally start to die. Okay. If you want to live a long time, you want to live within your capacity. You want to work, if most of the things that we do, we permit in our lives, we permit things to happen. We choose to eat this instead of this. We choose to watch that, to stay up to 3 a.m. instead of being in bed with the sun. We choose those things. And when you choose those things over and over and over, you degrade your capabilities and you permit what I call opportunists to thrive. Okay, I'm just going to leave it there. I think I covered 10 points that are probably pretty good. I hope my wish is for you to use these points to further your understanding of how beautiful and powerful you are. You're not broken. Don't listen to the mainstream news. You need to listen to the person with the white jacket and the heart listening device around their neck. Those people have an important role, but it has very little to do with health or care. Mostly they're good at like putting your arm back on or helping deliver a baby during a compromised delivery. Those things they're super important. They're really good at. For health and care, you got to do some of your own studies there, okay? So here's the takeaways for today. Number one, there's no on off switch for immunity. Your body's always fighting, it's always trying to defend you. Number two, it's the terrain and a lot of the inputs that you choose that dictate what grows on you and in you and how strong your defenses are. Number three, if you have symptoms, they're trying to tell you something. Listen to those symptoms. Make changes, clean up, make corrections. Listen to people who know what they're talking about and just jump on their schedule. Take them out to have a sip of coffee somewhere and just ask them questions, all right? Your gut is so important to your immune health. Learn to trust yourself, especially your gut. Learn to trust your heart, okay? And finally, in your body, it's not one thing. If everything affects everything in your body, it's the total load, it's the total accretion or the aggregation of all of the toxins, the poisons, the chemicals that you put on you, in you, and even the way you think. Those things can really burden you and they can decrease your defensive capabilities. So, I hope you found this very helpful. It's been a little over 30 minutes, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm going to have, they're not there yet, but they will be shortly. This recording, as well as the previous ones, hopefully I'll have them done this weekend, are all going to be at targetedneeds.com. You can go and look, listen, and share these resources with somebody you know and love. Again, you can go to wholehealthworldwide.com and there's a bunch of resources there. There's our schedule. You can see this schedule. Next week, I'm going to be talking about strong bones and joints. And there's information here that you need to know about. But looking ahead, we're to talk about brain power. So if you have people with brain fog, how to sleep really well, that's really important. And then my favorite is digestion. Like by far, my favorite thing to talk about is healthy digestion. So these are all coming up. So mark your calendars. If you want to get involved in our community, it's really simple. You can do what you're just doing right here. Just be a visitor. It's free. Jump online, learn some things, and share with others. I have a newsletter at wholehealthworldwide.com. If you want to join our group, we actually have a participant level. You can get discounts on, we have group discounts on different things that you would need for yourself, for your family. If somebody invited you, get back with them. They probably have a discount waiting for you. We also have in-person events throughout the country. If you want to partner with us, there's actually some profits associated with helping us with this project. One of our main project is backed by two billionaires that are very interested in helping this project go forward. So lots of money if you want to help us. And if you want to be an ambassador, I can't make any promises, but you can probably make more money being an ambassador helping us teach people how to be healthy than you can doing whatever else there is out there. So anyway, I'm going to stop there. If there's anybody in the Zoom room that has any questions, I'm here for you. And if I don't see any hands go up, actually, I'm going to permit everyone to unmute themselves if they want. If you don't have to unmute yourself, don't unmute yourself. But if you do have a specific question, just go ahead and fire it off to me. Otherwise, looks like there's no questions. That's cool. That means I did a decent job. So I talked to you a little bit today about health, so we can check that off the list. Now I'm going to go over some other things with you. This is going to go very quickly, but the whole health community is not just about health, it's about your entire life. It's about your wealth and your legacy. So if you're here for the first time, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to go. We're glad you're here. Thank you so much. I'm going to spend about another 15 minutes covering some other stuff, and you're welcome to remain here if you want to. So the project that's funding our work forward and what's the impetus behind this project is called the Live Pure Prosperity Project. Prosperity means different things to different people. But basically, individually and collectively, we get paid to solve problems. to grow health communities and to expand world markets. In fact, if you know anyone in Portugal, Poland, or UK, there's a strong probability we're going to expand in those markets within the month. So I want you to think in terms of your overall life, health, wealth, and legacy. And if you can solve people's problems in any of those areas, we can show you that there's a profit. They're going to benefit, but so can you. So when you look around the world around you, how many of you see people that are tired, they're overweight, they're fat, they have brain fog, they look older than they should, they used to get sick for 2 days, now it's 2 weeks. It's all over the place. They're toxic, they're out of balance, and they don't have good nutrition. The foods are dead. They just seriously, they're eating more than ever and they're literally starving themselves, right? So that's a number one problem. The number two problem is people don't want to work forever and ever until they drop in a grave. They actually want a decent life. They want to make enough money. Very few of us need to be billionaires, all right? Most people are okay just paying their bills and living life and just hanging around with the kids and grandkids and having fun with the neighbors, whatever, just living life, right? The problem is they don't have the wealth that they need. To have wealth in my book, it means different things to different people, but wealth in my book means you've got lifestyle. Life is time, style is money. Lifestyle means you've got the time and the money to do the things that you want to do. So it's not just about income, it's about the type of income, residual, passive, mailbox income that keeps coming in so you can have the freedom to enjoy your family, have experiences with your friends, go do things in this really cool earth space that that don't happen in the computer terminal at your office. Right? There's more life out there. Spoiler alert, there's more life than just going to work. Don't quit your job. I mean, your job's important until it's not important, okay? So what we do is we teach people how to create leverage. We use a system to do that. We got mentors that are volunteering to help you. You don't even have to pay them. They'll help you if you're willing to help yourself. We have lots of incentives. I'll show you those in a minute. And we don't need your money. We do not need your money. We need nothing from you. We're fully capitalized. So we have two problems, health and wealth, basically. So when you look at the world around you, there's two fast growing industries. One of them is everybody shopping online with their computer, with their iPhone. The other one is health and wellness. People are looking to be stronger, to not have brain fog, to have good systems. They want to, it's not about living to 80, 90, 100 years old. It's about doing it with power and vitality, right? So that's the direction we're going. Our founders, we have two billionaire founders. One of them used to own the Nike Corporation. The other one owns companies like Vegas.com. An American billionaire, a Chinese billionaire. We also have a mega millionaire that's not quite a billionaire, but we have a lot of money backing us, is the point. We're founded in 2008. We're debt free. We don't need your money. We need people to help us share the story, right? Share what we're doing. Now, if you look around you, you'll see that the money is in distribution. So if you want to do something that's going to make money, you should probably be in distribution, right? So there's Costco, FedEx, Amazon, UPS. Some of us have made a lot of money with these companies just investing, but we're privately held. You can't invest and live pure. We're privately held, but they've created an income system that allows you to benefit even though you don't own them. So Live Pure has got their own brand of things that they bring to the market, but they got enough money where they're buying other brands and other companies and rolling them in. I'll ask you this question. Did you know that Amazon.com started off as a bookstore? Yeah, they had Amazon.com distributing books. But as a distribution company, you can keep adding things to your distribution. And now they still do books, but they do so much more, right? So distribution companies, they can change with the times. We're adding more and more companies to our distribution model, and I'll show you some of those in a minute. But if a company's got an exceptional product and they can back it up and they're doing between 50 and 100 million a year, we'll buy them. So the plan is to be the number one shopping company for all things health and wellness in the world. Sounds pretty noble. We cut out all the middle people, just like Amazon, go manufacturer to consumer, just like Amazon, and we deliver whole health. We deliver whole health. Now, whole health in our world means cleansing, which taking out the trash. These are core principles, core philosophies in the health and care world. Bring balance to the body and then build the body. Simple, cleanse, balance, build. That's a core philosophy that anybody who's anybody in the holistic health world knows this is a base principle. What we don't do is we don't make medical claims. Like, let medicine do the medicine thing. They're there, they're professionals, they know what they're doing. We don't diagnose, we don't tell people we can cure this. No, no, no. We do the opposite. Let's give your body the things it needs. Stop abusing your body and eating garbage. Get some sleep, rest, laughter, right? Do some cool things. Bring your body peace. Give it what it needs to rest, repair, defend itself. And then whatever's left over, you can give to the medical system, maybe, right? But that's where we position ourselves. There's some markets out there that are going to be there with or without you, with or without me, with or without Live Pure. These markets are a monster. Sports nutrition, people, athletes are crazy. They're going to do whatever they're going to do to get extra performance. We have clean solutions for them. People know they're toxic. They're spending almost $100 billion the next 2 years, and they know that they're toxic because they're trying to detoxify. People know that the foods are depleted. So they're looking for sources that have a lot of nutrition with very few calories and no chemicals. Those are called superfoods. That's $1/3 trillion out there just waiting to be taken. And then organic skincare, clean skincare that doesn't have you peeing out chemicals or breastfeeding your baby with chemicals. These are skin clean, perfect skincare that makes sense for you, okay? A lot of people are trying to lose weight by injecting poisons into themselves or by doing ridiculous things. I've got a weight loss seminar I'll share with you, but basically, you don't want to lose weight. You want to lose fat. You want to keep your weight. But there's over $100 billion for healthy weight loss just waiting to be had. And coffee, that's $250 billion in the next 2 years. People looking for healthy coffee that doesn't suck. They want healthy coffee that tastes good, right? So we have a core philosophy that's cleanse, balance, and build, applies to most people most of the times. Then on top of that, we had different systems. People drink coffee, we give them coffee. People want clean skincare, we give them that. Athletes want clean for their kids, for their teenagers, for semi-pro athletes, clean, 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 powerful. We got that. Superfruits, we've got those. Weight loss, we have 4 different vectors for weight loss, healthy weight loss. So they keep adding different programs on top of the core principles, which is very admirable. So we have something for everyone is the bottom line. You can get details on these facts and figures at worldwidepure.com. And then there's a comp plan there. You can download the details or get with the person that invited you. They can give them to you. So the compensation model, I'm not going to go into the details. Just understand that there's 8 ways that you can earn income. If you know somebody that loves selling stuff, it's primarily not what we do. But if you know those people, they're in what we call group one. Group one. They love to sell stuff. Maybe they're influencers, they're podcasters, they're content creators, right? It's a small group of people, but they're out there. Maybe they're healthcare and they understand that pharmaceuticals are not the only way to go, that maybe someone needs nutraceuticals. So there's this small group of people called group one. All right. There's some of these bonuses are perfectly suited for them. Perfectly suited. They can make up to 50% just by positioning these markets, just by going into those markets. Okay. Most people don't like to sell things. All right. The vast majority of the people fall into group two. I don't want to sell something. I don't want to talk to my friends. I don't want to, all I want is to use the stuff. If I feel better, I'll talk to some people about it. That's fine. All right. Most of the people, that's where they are. They wouldn't mind a home based business. They don't need another thing. They've got a job, they've got a career, they're tired when they get home. But if they can feel better, maybe share with a few people, they're good. That's called a gig, a side hustle, right? But they're teachers, they're executives. This is the vast majority of the people we work with. We're not looking for the, yes, we'll work with salespeople, but most people that succeed here are not salespeople. Okay. Then there's people like me. I love what I do. I'm a leader, I'm a coach, I'm a trainer, I'm a mentor. I love what I do, and I get paid very well to help you do it. And there's a lot of people like me out there who are willing to mentor you and coach you and actually do it for free. We don't need anything from you. We're expanding these markets and we get paid very, very well for doing it. Okay. So there's different levels. If you're in group one and you love selling stuff, these are the average annual for different ranks that we achieve. As you go up the ranks and you build volume of business, there's small, medium, and large. Group one, the people that sell stuff can make between, on average, between $500 and $3,000, maybe $5,000 a month. Okay, that's group one. Group two, the people who don't like to sell stuff, but they'll share with others. If it works for me, I'm going to share with others, right? I feel better. I'm sleeping better. I'm going to share. Those people will actually make more money because we teach them how to create leverage, right? So group two is going to be a much more profitable group in general than group one. Okay. That doesn't make sense to most people, but I'm sharing with you after years of doing this that this is what we see. And you can make upwards. This is retirement income for group two. So if you're looking for to supplement your retirement or maybe augment what you've got, or maybe you don't even have a retirement, this is a good plan for you. And then group three, this is where most of us fall. If you're a leader and you want to step into a solid six-figure or better income, this is where you want to be. We'll teach you how to do it. You start with the smaller ranks, kind of learn what's going on, and then you can grow into doing things like presenting. You don't have to present. I can do this. You just have people show up and I'll show them what we're doing. But if you're one of these people that doesn't mind presenting and doesn't mind coaching, you can make a lot of money doing this. So that said, what we do is basically we tell a story, we create business volume by telling the story. The story is about what we're doing. We're a whole health community. We're teaching people how to be healthier. We make the stories make sense to the average people, the average person at the post office or at the store. We make a story that makes sense to them to help them feel better, to help them have a better life, maybe even make some extra cash, right? We just tell a story that makes sense for them. We don't make things up. We actually tell factual stories, okay? We create business volume and then we get paid those numbers I just shared with you. For group two, especially, people say, well, I don't have extra money, right? Of course you don't, but you're spending money anyway. So what we teach them to do is take the money you're spending anyway at Walmart or GNC or Costco or Starbucks or CVS, right? You're spending money on skincare and protein powders and stuff anyway. Buy it from your own business. Don't give your money to somebody else. If you have a chance to sustain yourself and keep the money for your own family, do that. And then show two people anywhere else in the world that Live Pure does business how to do the same thing. Divert the money they're spending already, the money they're giving away, divert it, get a better product, get a better result, keep the profits for yourself, and then share with people how to do the same thing. That's all you do. We're not any more special than you are. We're just average people doing average things. Some of us do more of it than others. That's all. So we don't deliver products just like Amazon. They go to their website. We don't collect money. We don't touch anything. We set people up with memberships to shop online. If all they want is to get these products at a discount, we give them our discount. They can get 25% off, and it's a free membership. So the person that invited you tonight, they can extend the same discount that they get to you, and they can do it for free. And you get their discount the rest of your life. It's 25% off of retail. It's the same price we get. If you want to be one of us and actually earn revenue by referring people to the system, it's a one-time $49 access to the system. And you're going to get your own branded website, branded specifically to you, and a back office that allows you to monitor your worldwide business pretty much from your cell phone or computer, your iPad. If you're a veteran, active duty military, surviving spouse, or a full time student, the company will waive the $49 for you. So it's a pretty powerful system. So we don't make money from recruiting people. It's not one of those things. We make money by creating volume and sharing with others. And they create volume and they share with others. That's all we do. And you can have somebody that's brand new listening to me tonight can actually make more money than somebody that signed up 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So this whole idea that you can't, oh, that I'm new to the system. You can make as much money as you want if you're willing to work for it. We'll show you how to do it. I'll wrap up with this. There's three players. Live Pure is the servicing corporation. They do everything except the marketing. Everything except the marketing. They have the the scientists, they have the customer service, the attorneys, the CPAs, the computer people, the return people, the shipping people, all of it. They do everything. All we do is marketing. And by doing those things, they pay us 55% in the aggregate. So when they hit $1 billion, they're going to pay us $550 million across all of us. We have an online university called Pure Team Global, PTG, and it's free. And you can go there 24/7 and learn from people who have started exactly where you are now at zero, and they've made 6 or 7 figures using the same system I just shared with you. Right? Their goal is to train, equip, and inspire people how to share whole health communities worldwide and start them any place that Live Pure does business. My company is called Worldwide Pure. I'd welcome you if somebody invited you here tonight, talk to them about their team. My team is called worldwidepure.com, and we talk about life, health, wealth, and legacy. So I take those tools that are offered by Live Pure and Pure Team Global, and I just supplement those. I just do more of what they're already doing. And it's all for free, and it's all there to help you if you want help. So if you don't have a prosperity plan for yourself, and again, prosperity is health and wealth, life and legacy. If you don't have a good plan for yourself, lean in our direction, get some information. We're not going to try to twist your arm and sell you stuff. We want you to be happy. We want you to be healthy. And we hope you'll take a look at our prosperity plan if you don't have one for yourself. So anyway, thanks for listening to me today. I'm going to have a recording of this at Whole Health Community or Whole Health Worldwide and also targetedneeds.com. So I hope to see you sometime soon. Okay. Be well. Thank you.